Hi everybody, it's me again, Amy, and I just wanted to show you how to sew on a paper bag album. I'm doing it very simple. This is an album I started making. It's nowhere near done. I liked this vintage picture and I just added some flowers and things. What I'm doing is I'm using up scraps. So this is just some scrap cardstock. This is actually a background to some, I think it's K & Company Jungle or something, stickers. This was the background. So I saved it and used it for my background on here. Scrap piece of paper. Buttons that I have from forever ago. They're really old and kind of nasty looking, but they look pretty on here. So I did that, and this is just a scrap album. It's all using scraps. This background here was part of a little cardboard box purse thing that I had that got smashed, so I saved part of it. This right here is the bottom part to this page. So I just cut it out and rounded the corner and made that. So these were all the scraps too. So, and then I made this page, and this is part of that front thing too. So it was pretty big, and I used it on 3 different pages for decoration. So anyway, just showing you how to use up some of your stash. So that's the beginning of this album that I'm creating. I want to show you how to sew onto your paper bag. So I'll do this really quickly. I already sewed down this side. So then I have this will be my frame for a photo, and so I'm just lining it up however I want. I like things crooked, so I do things crooked a lot. So I just stick it on the page and put my needle down. I have different thread than the last time. I have pink in right now because I'm working on something in pink. So I'm just going to use pink because this is a scrap album made of just scraps. So I don't care what colors it is. It's kind of like a rainbow book. And so pink is fine for this. So I just forward and back and go around. And then when you get to this part, you just have to scrunch up your bag and go around. When I get to the corner, I make sure my needle is down, and then I put it up and then pivot and go down. So it makes going around those corners easy. So okay. So then I cut off the excess strings, just like that, and then toss them. And so now I have my frame on here, and it's down, and it's really crooked, but again, I like it that way. On this one, because it has a little bit of yellow in here, I'm going to put a yellow flower on here. And usually I sew down my buttons, and for this, I will go ahead and do that, just to show you. So you put a knot in your thread so that it will stay. Okay, and then I just pick a button, and I should have had one ready, but I wasn't thinking, so I have some here. We'll just use this one. Just grab any button. And I sew it down. So you just have to be careful not to poke yourself through on the backside. Done that lots and lots of times. I actually the other day sewed through my finger. Well, not through it, but if it wasn't for my Crackle nail polish from Claire's, it would have gone through my nail. It actually broke the needle off. It hit me so hard. So I'm really lucky I had that fingernail polish on, because it saved me from having major pain. So, I don't know why that it's always easier when you're by yourself doing this than it is when you're videotaping. When you videotape, it's always harder and it takes longer, and so. Alright, so you sew the button on, and then you just, oops, knot it in the back so that it won't come off. And usually I go a little slower and try to be neater, but trying to hurry so this video isn't too long. So then I take my next panel and I just go ahead and, again, I'm just using pink, and it doesn't matter what color you use, but you can change the threads, but I usually do a whole album the same color. So really, it's that quick. It just doesn't take any time at all to get it sewn down. So people that say that sewing takes too much time, they obviously have not spent the time to play with their machine. So anyway, so I'm just going to stick these flowers on here with brads this time, because the buttons take longer and I'm trying to get this done quickly. This one kind of got mutilated with my heat gun. I was drying the flowers with my heat gun. For the first time, I had no idea that they would melt. These flowers are not Prima flowers. They're just the kind that you can buy at the store that you can dye. So there's that, and I think I'm gonna do it this way. So then what I do is I take it here and then I'll glue it down on the side. So I have this side which I stitched on, and then I have this side which I stitched on. But once I glue it down, nobody knows that I stitched on them separate times. So anyway, that's how I sew on a paper bag. So hopefully that helps you, gives you some ideas so that you can sew on your paper bags also. Okay, thanks.